Hi everyone. Thanks for coming tonight. Again, to hear about our mentoring program for 2025. And this is done by SG Psych staff. For our eighth time in 2025, right? So as I written there, this is a very mentee-driven program. I'll show you why as we go. As we share more about the mentorship program as well. So just a little bit of an introduction of SG Psych staff. So. Our tagline for SG Tech Staff is engaging minds, empowering futures. And what we hope to do here is that we hope to engage all the students involved in the social service sectors, such as psychology, counseling, and social work. And from here, empower your futures as much as possible towards your best potential. And our tips that we usually have for students are that we hope that you learn, you experience, and network as much as you can, where you learn about the industry, you learn about yourself, you learn about what does the jobs entail as well. And from there, you start to experience through different kinds of internships, through through volunteering, through different kind of ways that you can actually learn about the jobs, the roles, and the sectors, and where possible, network as much as possible, such that you can actually gain entry and into places that you want to go to, and you can actually broaden your range of networks for your future. So for SG Psych staff, what do we do? There's some few things that we do just to share because we are always updating these things that we are doing, and we do actually do quite have a lot of things that we do here as well. So our two flagship programs or things that we have are our mentoring program and our career advisory events that we do. So what we are sharing here tonight is about the mentorship program. And from time to time, we'll actually every quarter we try to have a few kind of career advisory events throughout the year. And the next one that's coming up is actually is actually almost end of October. So that would be the news for that will be coming up really, really soon in the next few days for the career advisory um sharing that we have in October. So on top of that as well, we do have the Telegram group, which currently I think some of you may actually have come from that group as well, where currently we have about 1,200 people, more than 1,200 people, almost 1,300 people in that group where everybody shares about psychology, talks about, things in psychology, about their careers, mentorships, about how to find internships, about research and things like that as well. And obviously, we do have our socials. So our Instagram, our LinkedIn, and that's where we actually and our websites as well, where we post about different kind of things in psychology, and everybody can learn about psychology in those areas. And on top of that, we do have volunteering opportunities for students. So if you're interested, do write into us about what are the different opportunities that you can have when you volunteer with us. And something new that's going to happen in 2025, it's our subscription. So we're going to have a subscription for 2025. And from there, I'll share a little bit more about the subscription in the next two slides as we have. So for the Telegram group, for those who are not on the Telegram group, I've got the QR code on the right side. So please take up your phones and scan the QR code to get into the Telegram group where in the group we do have resources on mentorship, career advisory, volunteer listings, internship work listings, events, news, research survey postings. You can post your surveys there for everybody to help you with your surveys, for your projects and things like that as well. So that's a very good resource point that we do have a lot of psychology, social service students in there, where everybody is trying to help everybody as well. So as I mentioned earlier about the subscription, so based on this for the subscription, we do have kind of flash mentoring sessions where you can actually meet professionals to discuss about them, to ask your questions, to ask about career kind of issues and to learn from them as well. And as well as events that we have, so you can actually get invited into virtual and in-person kind of networking events with peers and professionals in the field. So we're going to organize events where people who are in a subscription will actually get invited to. So on top of that as well, you do get exclusive kind of webinars, recordings where we talk about different topics, kind of different, or it could be about research, could be about different areas of psychology, and as well as career development strategies from those from those sharings as well. So this is in terms of the subscription, and this is going to happen for 2025. All right. So just take note, more news about this will be coming out towards the end of this year. So coming back to us again, so SG Psych Staff, this is our website as you can see and different socials that we have. As for the mentorship registration, it's on our website and it's already live. As I can see it now, it's actually live. If you're interested to sign up for the mentorship program, and we have got over 20 mentors of different profiles that you can actually learn from, if you sign up, and it's going to go all the way to 31st of October. So you're going to stay open all the way for the next about 4 or 5 weeks until all the mentors are being chosen as well. So I'll hand over to Kai Ting to actually share more about the mentoring program. Kai Ting?
Okay, hi everybody. So yes, all right, thank you so much. Yeah, I'll now share about the mentorship program. Kalin, next slide. Next, thank you. Yep. So this is our flagship mentorship program where we actually welcome psychology, counseling, and social work students to join us. So we actually started in 2017 with a few mentors and mentees, and now we have expanded, and now we're averaging about 80 to 100 mentees a year. So I think as what Kalyan was mentioning earlier, actually in this coming year, 2025, we have about 25 passionate mentors who are here to support our mentees. So if you are a student, an undergraduate who is now studying psychology, counseling, or social work, this is the mentorship program for you. Next slide. So what's our goal for this mentorship program? It's really to assist you in your personal growth and development when you are still doing your studies. So we understand that as an undergraduate, sometimes while we have our modules and lessons and all that, sometimes we may not be so sure about how do you navigate in your career. What is the next step? How do you get to the career that you want to go to? So this mentorship program is exactly to answer all these questions, right? How is it like in real life and all these things? We have industry professionals to be sharing about their experiences and to answer any of the burning questions that you have so that you can achieve your goals. Next slide. So what can you look forward to when you are inside the mentorship program? So we have a lot of networking opportunities of mentors, these your fields of interest. And when you actually get into the mentorship program, meaning you get through the interviews of the mentors, you can actually go through in-depth learning and conversations with your respective mentors. Within our program, we also share a lot about relevant events that are happening within Singapore that is relating to psychology or counseling and social work. So this is another platform for you to gain exposure within the field as well. When you sign up with us, you can also get access to member-only events and also opportunities such as volunteering and research work as well. And of course, you get to participate in the projects that actually Psych staff has. So something a bit different this year when you apply with us is that even if you sign up for the mentorship and maybe you didn't get through with the interview, you still get to access all these benefits on the screen, except for the in-depth conversation with the mentors. So maybe I can share a bit more about the mentorship program as a whole. So our mentorship is 1 year. You actually get to see the mentors up to about 4 times in a year, and that is a platform where you can actually ask questions about what is my interest, and then how do I want to get there, and things like that. So being in the mentorship allows you to have that kind of in-depth conversations with your mentor. Okay, so maybe next slide. Yeah. Apart from that, we also provide exposure in other areas as well. So when you are in the mentorship program, you are assigned to a mentor of your choice. But beyond that, we also offer exposure in other areas as well. So in this slide, you can see that every single month we have mentors from the various fields who come in to share about their respective fields that they are in. It could be, about their educational pathway. It could be about research interests within their areas of specialization. So you can see it's really varied. A lot of students, they do come in thinking that, hey, I'm very interested in clinical psychology, and maybe their mentors might be in clinical psychology. But at the same time, we also encourage all of you to explore other areas as well. So here you can see like sports psychology, integrative therapy, health psychology, which may be things that maybe you're not so familiar with, and that is a platform for you to explore as well. So maybe, we can move to the next slide and see what's coming for the next few months. So we also have educational psychology, social work sharing, things like that. So it's really very exciting, I think, when you hop on with us to this mentorship, because I think this is an opportunity that you may not be able to get from school. Okay, next slide. So what might interest you would be, hey, who are actually our mentors? So we have two different tracks now. The traditional tracks, which is our psychology fields. We have clinical psychology, educational and developmental psychology, cognitive psychology, sports psychology, and the list goes on. But we have also extended beyond the traditional psychology tracks as well. So we also have mentors who are in HR, coaching, career coaching, education, and of course, counseling and social work as well. Because we understand that not all students who go through the psychology degree may end up being in the field of psychology itself. So we are also opening up to mentors who are in these various fields, but they also have done a bachelor's in psychology or counseling or social work, but are now in a related career that's not psychology per se. So once you get onto our website, you can actually see the profiles of all our mentors who are available. Okay, moving on. So for the timeline, as what Carlin was sharing earlier, right now we have just opened the recruitment of our mentees. So you can access that through our website, sgpsychstaff.com. And we will be doing some of the shortlisting of mentees by October. And then in November, there will be a round of interviews and selection done by the mentors and senior mentees. Later, I'll share a bit more about what senior mentees means. At the end of November, then we will actually release the results, and then December will be when we settle some of the administrative forms, and in January would be when we start the actual program. Okay, so earlier on I was mentioning about the senior mentees. Okay, hold on. I realized, sorry, I cannot see this. Senior mentees, I will just continue. So we actually strive to develop our mentees holistically. So as you can see on the screen, there is a pathway for mentees. So once you get through the first year of mentorship, okay, that's where we learn about the foundations of your career, how you can get to where you want to go. Mentees who are passionate in continuing this mentorship can actually join us again in the second year, where they support mentors in the development of the mentees. What does this mean? This means they can actually help to become the bridge between the mentor and the mentees, in terms of sometimes mentees might get a bit shy, not sure how to ask certain questions to the mentors. Senior mentees would be the ones to bridge that gap and also support the new mentors who are coming in with the program, because mentees would already be familiar with how the system works, and this senior mentee can be that extra support for the mentors as well. Besides that, of course, being a senior mentee, you can actually, it's kind of like getting another round of mentorship from this mentor you're supporting as well. After a few years of being a senior mentee, you can actually sort of progress and become a lead mentee, where you support other senior mentees within the group through trainings, and further mentorship lah. And hopefully in a couple more years' time, as you are in the workforce, you can also give back to the program and come back as a mentor. So we really kind of want to cultivate this spirit of community where we are able to be, sustainable. We train mentees who are passionate in mentorship to become mentors with us again. Yeah. So if you're interested, this is definitely one pathway that you can look forward to as well. Okay. Sorry, I can't see my slide. So Carlene, I think you're the next slide. Yeah. So what if you want to contribute more to SG Psych stuff? So we have various platforms for you to do that as well. So the first one was the senior mentee role that you can take up. Besides that, we also have a very wonderful mentorship team as well, who is behind all of these programs that you are seeing. All that I've mentioned earlier, the monthly sharings are all run by our mentorship team, led by Aaron. So if you're keen to also join us to support this program, we always have opportunities for you to do that as well. We also have the career advisory team that organizes career talks with the public also. So if you're keen to work with industry professionals and support the running of these talks and programs, this is another platform. We also have our wonderful social media team, who is also running the Telegram group chat that Carlene has mentioned earlier. So a lot of different opportunities and avenues for you to contribute and be part of this community. Last but not least, we have our editorial team as well, sharing articles on our blog. Yeah, so depending on what your interest is, feel free to reach out to us. We are open to you joining us as well. And I can assure you that this is also, you can get to learn a lot through volunteering with us as well. Yeah, okay. Okay, so yeah, if you haven't, do join us follow us on social media. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Check out our website as well. Our mentorship registration has opened already. So faster fingers first. As Carlene mentioned earlier, each of the mentors will only have a maximum of 20 slots. So basically, it means that once 20 people have signed up for that particular mentor, that mentor's name will be removed from the list. Yeah, and then you are left with the rest of the option. Yeah, so if you can, do check out our website and sign up for our mentorship. Okay, thanks so much. That is all for the sharing. I think we can move on to our Q&A. Yeah, all right. Let me try to figure out my screen.
So if anybody has any questions, feel free to actually put it in the chat. I'll read out the questions that we have on the chat as well, and as well as we actually do have some questions from previous years and some pre-submitted questions as well. And so that's why we are putting out here for everybody to have a look as well. Yeah. So if we were to, I think you can see, right? Let me just.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, so as you can see, currently we have got, yeah, so the question here is, the first one is that can I'd like to know the specific commitment of this mentorship program. I think Kantin mentioned about that earlier. We were saying that there is the at least 4 times that you will actually have those conversations with your mentors through the year. And the 10 workshops that we showed, the monthly workshops, those are optional, right? But those are recorded. So the mentees, even if you miss them, you can go back and have a look again as well. Right. So only the 4 times in that year is compulsory, and it's all in terms of the time and the format. You can actually discuss with your mentor as well on how you want the format to be done. So that can be discussed, and you can actually bring that up during the interview with the mentor. Right. So will I be able to choose the mentor's specialization, and how will the mentors be assigned? Will I be able to pick the mentors? Very similar questions there. So if you actually go to our website and you click the sign up now tab to go to our page where you can sign up to mentorship, you can actually see all the mentors specializations, and that is where you actually select who you want. And then from there the mentors will actually see your write up and things like that. And from there, you will actually know who are you actually know who are the mentors that the mentors will actually come back to you to actually say, we would like to meet you for interview and things like that lah. So yeah, so you definitely can see those on the website itself in terms of what are the specializations of the mentors, of our 20 plus mentors there. So, what are some things mentors look out for during the interview process? Will there be a interview selection process? Yes, there is an interview selection process. I think, as you mentioned, that will be happening in November. Okay. And then they will probably inform you somewhere like early November. Looking at our timeline for this year, for this year, probably in early November, they'll tell you when is the interview timings for those. And some things that the mentor usually look out for is more about whether is that a good match between you and the mentor, and whether is the mentor able to help you in those areas that you like to develop yourself in your career as well. Then we are not looking at grades. Okay, there's no submission for grades or whatever. There is nothing based on your grades, but looking at that, how is there a good match between the mentor and how can we help you as well? So ultimately, that's why you mentioned earlier, this is a mentee driven kind of initiative where we want to know what you want to develop in yourself, and we help you through this process, right? Oh, sorry. There's a question. Uh, yeah. So want to join, but going for overseas exchange in later part of the year. I think some students do go for overseas exchange as well. It's okay. You are still eligible. So the eligible, we didn't mention the eligible process, but how are you eligible? As long as you are a student, okay, full-time, part-time of any school, any university, undergraduate, sorry, as long as you are a full-time, part-time undergraduate student from any university in Singapore, you can actually apply. Right. So that's our eligibility. As long as you are a student in January, you are eligible to apply. So even if regardless of whether you are a student with say Kaplan doing your overseas program, or you are a NUS student in Singapore doing your degree with NUS, all of you are all eligible as long as you are a student, be it year one to year four by January in 2025, then you are eligible as well. So is it useful for year ones? I think when do you take when do you join the program?
Right. I joined when I was in year two, but I wish I joined in year one lah. I would say that because of the nature of this mentorship program, it's really exploratory. It's for you to figure out if the career that you're thinking about is really something that is for you. It's good to join as early as you can. Definitely useful for year ones lah, because you go into school, you may have an idea of, hey, this is maybe the career that I want to go into, but I don't really know exactly what it's like. So being able to have someone there to actually answer all of your questions, right, and share about their experiences, how they're working right now, what is it like on a day-to-day basis, how do you get to where they are now, is definitely useful. I mean, even if you are someone who is in year three or four, I think it also allows you to have a bit of that clarity before you actually graduate and join the workforce. Yeah. So for sure, it is useful for year one, and even those who are graduating soon. Mm, yeah.
What about the third question? How can mentees make full use of the program?
Oh yes, that's a fantastic question. How do you make full use of it, right? So in this program, I think we really encourage mentees to be proactive. So I feel the more you ask, the more you engage yourself in the program, that's how you get the fullest use of it lah. So we have the monthly sharings, right? It's optional to join, but we would say that the more you join, the more exposure you get to it, the better understanding you have of the various fields in psychology. Of course, we also notice that mentees who are more proactive, right, they have initiatives to think about the kind of questions you want to ask the mentor before joining in the session itself, right? They usually end up gaining the most because they are having their own questions being answered lah. Yeah, so being prepared, being proactive is how you can actually make full use, and always yeah, try to join as many of these talks as possible, talks and workshops. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
So that's probably similar to next one, right? Like how can they explore? That's probably through the different talks as well, and through talking to the different speakers as well through the
Mm-hmm.
program.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Mm.
Would so like let's say a student who's been selected as well, uh as for a student who's been selected as well, like how can they prepare themselves? Like let's say they have been notified that, I want to go, they've been going through the interview and then they've been selected. So how do they prepare themselves for 2025?
You have been selected. I would say perhaps maybe you can do some read ups on the possible types of careers that you want to get into. Have a bit of idea. Maybe you can look at the career website or like LinkedIn, for example, right? Just maybe have a look and feel of the careers that you think you might be interested in, um, and then from there you can kind of ask yourself lah, like okay, um, uh, what kind of maybe you can think and wonder, what exactly does each of these job description means, and from there kind of generate kind of list of questions for your mentor, to ask them like, okay, this is what I see online, but what is it like in real life, for example. Yeah, so get yourself a little bit more just dabble in the online a little bit, read up a bit more about the careers, um, and then from there you can kind of refine your questions to your mentors. Yeah, things like that, or even yeah, I mean, just really it's it's really about you, how all kind of curious questions you have lah towards the mentor. That's how you can prepare. Yeah.
Mm,
Mm.
okay. So I think that part where knowing a little bit about the industry, knowing a little bit about themselves will help in that part where they know what they want to do as well. I think I mean myself as a mentor, it would be very good if the mentees know what are their goals, what they hope to achieve in that 1 year. So if they know what they hope to achieve, it's clearer to the mentors as well that okay, I know you want to achieve this, and then we can map out how can we help you progress in that 1 year as well. So that would be something to consider. What are your goals? It could be as simple as, I just want to explore different specializations. It could be even as clear as, I want to know whether clinical psych is the area that I want to pursue for my master's after I graduate. So it can be this kind of goals that you're considering for yourself, right? So the next question, what happens after I graduate from the mentorship program? I think as Kaiting mentioned earlier, um yeah, if you wish, you can move on. You can, if you wish, it's totally up to you, up to individual, mentees, and we do have quite a big pool of senior mentees now because we have been doing this development pathway for about the last 4 years. So, so yeah, so we do have a pool of senior mentees now, and then so from a mentee to a senior mentee, and if you wish, you can actually continue on to be a lead mentee and so on. So you don't really need to reapply to say, hey, if I want to learn again from another mentor, how do I re-register? So you don't need to re-register. You can continue as a senior mentee. That is the best way to actually help you and help us as well. Yeah. So let me see. So we do have some questions that people have asked, which is that is this open for non-Singaporeans? This program that we have, it's open for everybody. As I mentioned earlier, as long as you're a full-time or part-time student, undergraduate student studying psychology, counseling, social work in Singapore, regardless of whether you are a Singaporean or not a Singaporean. I do have mentees who are not non-Singaporeans as well. So that's definitely definitely okay. So In terms of the question of is there internship opportunities that is given from the mentorship program? Actually, this really depends on the resources and the connections that we have that we actually may provide in the sessions and the directions that your mentor may actually direct you towards in the sessions itself. So we don't really give the direct kind of internship opportunities, but more of a exploration of different kind of opportunities that you may want to go and look out for as well. Okay, so in terms of the pairing, there's someone who asked, is this a one-to-one pairing? This may be a one-to-one pairing, but we do recommend mentors to take in about 3 to 5 mentees. Usually that is a good number because it's a very if you have like 4 person talking, sitting down, chatting, it's a good discussion. And it allows us to be able to accept more mentees as well if we have about 3 to 5 mentee per mentor. So this really depends on the mentor. I do have mentors who say that they only want to take one mentee. So this really depends on the mentor themselves, right? So let me see. Yeah, so that's all we have for the questions. If anybody have any questions, you can feel free to type it out in the chat to myself or to Kai Ting and or yeah, and then we can answer anybody's questions from here. So let me just go back to the page where the sign up page. So this is the link is actually let me put the link in the group chat as well for everybody, so you know what is the link to actually go directly to, which is sgtechstaff.com/program/mentoring, and that is where you can actually read everything about the mentoring program, about our 2025 run, some FAQs there as well, and where the sign up is there as well. Okay. So anyone have any questions?
Oh, I was just looking at the our men mentee recruitment form. I think we already have one response in the
That is very
application, so
fast.
very, very fast.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. So, if there is, yeah. So, if anybody who has any further questions or want to ask anything, feel free to. You can actually ask us in Telegram as well. I think, the Telegram, the conversation will probably continue to go on from there. Or you can actually write into us via email as well. On the website, or you can actually, message us on IG, right? So there's many ways to find us, or even on LinkedIn as well. So we'll get back to you and just a call out. Okay. This for this run, we will be closing on 31st October 2024. And as Kai Ting mentioned, once the quota for the mentor is being met, the mentor's name profile will disappear. So it's more like a, fastest fingers first kind of situation for here. All right. So yeah. So I mean, I wish the best for everybody. So if you have any questions, just feel free to link up with us. I think any last things you want to say?
Well, I hope this sharing was insightful for all of you who are interested in applying with us. Well, as a previous mentee who has been through the program, I think it is really, really helpful in helping you to kind of think about how you want to navigate your career in the future. Yeah, so it kind of is the first glimpse, of how the working world is like, and gives you a sensing of whether or not this is something you want to get into lah. So really, really encourage all of you to join us, and yeah, our doors are always open for you to ask questions, and if you want to join us as volunteers, you can let us know as well. We can always link you up with our respective leaders lah. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, if you want to, you can also link up with Carlin and myself on LinkedIn if you
Mm,
have any direct questions. Yeah. Mm.
okay. Thank you, everyone. So yeah, this was a very short sharing. And this will be going up on YouTube probably tonight as well. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Just stop the sharing.